Hey everybody, I'm Kim Laura, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my dogs, my divorce, and the gift of imperfection. So it may not be perfect, but it's Christmas, and we're going to talk about three gifts to give yourself this season. So I happen to celebrate Christmas, but it could be Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, winter solstice, New Year's, Thanksgiving, Three Kings Day, any and all of the holidays that are meaningful to you. Um, your holidays just might not be perfect, especially if you're navigating a divorce. So, this is my Christmas, December 2024, and I'm 5 years post-divorce, which makes it my sixth holiday season since my divorce papers were finalized. Pictured here is my Christmas tree and my three dogs. Two of my dogs are seniors. Each is about 14 years old. And the third one, the big one, is the puppy. And she joined our family 3 years ago in hopes that she would help my daughter with my daughter's anxiety. But it turns out this puppy has severe anxiety, and she's on Prozac. So the big plastic fence around my Christmas tree, it's not a festive choice. It's a necessity because it keeps the little dog from using the tree skirt as a bathroom. It prevents my black dog, who is visually impaired and deaf and dementia stricken, keeps her from knocking the Christmas tree over. And it stops this puppy of ours from taking ornaments off the tree and treating them like snacks. If you look at my tree, you'll see that the middle strand of our pre-lit Christmas tree has gone out. It's front and center and it's impossible to miss, and it is a big empty spot with no lights. And you know what? The tree's going to stay like that. The tree will also remain behind that ugly plastic fence, perfectly imperfect. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. These days, I'm consciously choosing imperfection. I'm managing my expectations, I'm protecting my peace, and I'm conserving my energy. Some of the biggest challenges during the divorce process could be just that: managing your expectations, protecting your peace, conserving your energy, and especially during the holidays. But things don't have to be perfect or even great. Good enough is usually more than enough, and it's okay to let go of perfect. So, how do you find peace in an imperfect holiday after divorce? The holidays are advertised as a magical time of joy and love and peace and togetherness. But what if you're going through a divorce? It could feel anything but magical. It could feel heartbreaking, lonely, overwhelming. My first holiday season during my divorce in 2016 was one of the emotionally complex times of my life, and that's putting it really mildly. I felt like I was carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders while trying to put on a brave face. My soon-to-be ex-husband had just moved out of our family home a few weeks earlier, and the divorce process was just beginning. Meanwhile, he and his new girlfriend seemed to be reveling in the glow of their forbidden love, while I struggled just to get out of bed in the morning to drive my kids to school. I felt all of this pressure to make the holiday season magical for my kids, as if the holiday decorations would distract them. Christmas cookies would sweeten the bitterness, and the twinkling lights would brighten the dark truth that our family would never be the same. Inside, I was cycling through grief and anger and fear and overwhelm. My Christmas stocking that year was overflowing with emotions that I really didn't want to feel. So, letting go of the pressure to make holidays perfect. Gift number one that you could give yourself is to manage your expectations. It's not your job to make everybody happy all of the time. I'm a recovering people pleaser, and for so many of us, the holidays are wrapped in layers of expectation. But what I've realized is that most of the holiday pressure that I felt wasn't coming from others. It wasn't coming from anything external. It was coming from within me. I was trying to be everything and do everything. I was trying to be mom and dad and Santa and the holiday magic maker. If I could just create the perfect holiday, everything would be okay. But the truth is, my kids didn't need perfection. What they really needed was a happier mom, not the overwhelmed, stressed out version that I had become. Sometimes, especially when you're reeling from divorce, the goal isn't to create an over-the-top, perfect holiday magical season. It's simply just to get through the holidays. So manage your expectations, especially of yourself, and let some things go. The other important thing is learning to say no without guilt. So, gift number two is protecting your peace. Saying no isn't selfish, it's essential. I'm also a recovering overachiever. During my first holiday season of my divorce, I felt an even stronger need to say yes to everything and pretend that everything was okay. I thought that keeping busy would distract all of us from the pain. So we did all of the regular holiday activities and created new traditions to replace the ones that we'd lost. But all I really did was exhaust myself and my kids. Underneath the cookies, the decorations, and the forced smiles was the undeniable reality that our family had changed. My marriage was over. Our family was broken. We were grieving, and no amount of twinkling lights or shiny bows could change that. The grief was still there, and pretending otherwise only deepened the exhaustion. That's when I began to see that saying no wasn't about giving up, it was about letting go of the pressure to make everything perfect and instead choosing to protect my peace, a gift I desperately needed to give myself. Saying no, I've learned, is a way to protect your peace, and it's a gift that's really worth giving yourself. So, embracing these good enough holidays. Gift number three is to conserve your energy. Letting go of perfection. I can't even speak. Letting go of perfection, that word's tripping me up, creates space for authenticity and healing. I'm a recovering perfectionist, and this was one of the hardest lessons for me. But when I stopped striving for a picture perfect holiday, everything shifted. My expectations became simpler, and I learned to go with the flow. I gave myself permission to just be, to choose what to focus on, to enjoy the moments, even if they weren't picture perfect, to conserve my energy for what truly mattered. And you know what? Imperfect holidays have become some of my most meaningful ones. It's not about how the season looks, it's about how the season feels. And the most important gift of all is the gift of self-compassion. The holidays could be hard, especially when you're navigating the challenges that come with divorce. It's okay to not feel okay. It's okay to say no. It's okay to let go of perfection and embrace a good enough holiday. This year, give yourself the gift of self-compassion. Rest, say no without guilt, show up as you are, even if it means messy, imperfect, or just okay. Christmas 2024, 5 years post-divorce. My kids are older, and the anger and the hurt have subsided, and I love my new life. And yes, life keeps happening. Things change, things stay the same. We still hang our Christmas stockings, but this year, mine is filled with peace, acceptance, and imperfection. Our tree may be missing a strand of lights, but it's still beautiful. So happy holidays to all. Wishing all of you an imperfectly perfect 2025.